Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
I'm nervous.
You should be.
He's already admitting he's nervous.
I'm nervous.
I just realized a major problem. What's missing here?
Microphones.
And the bell.
We've been doing the podcast for years. There's microphones.
Where'd the nervous
Where's
bell
the bell?
go?
This is all
Oh, I found it. I'll be off screen for a second.
All right. So if you're new to all this, we've been doing a podcast every other week it would air. It's called Mr. Curiosity. You email questions, they go in this bag. We really don't preview them. We never know what we're going to get. And then we pick them out. We do our best answering them. But sometimes it's uncomfortable because we don't know what they are. And then we just hit the bell and we move on.
Right, exactly.
So if you want to get your question in there, it's brownbag@wnep.com. Email it, brownbag@wnep.com. That thing is loaded.
John and I have a request. We've been discussing
You
this.
want me out of here?
Behind the scenes. We want you to be real. You say you're not sure if you can be real as we do this podcast.
Just because it's live doesn't mean you can't be yourself.
You can be yourself.
Yeah, but I feel like in the past...
We know TV's intimidating for you.
Exactly.
In the past, it was just a podcast, so we can be more bizarre and unfiltered. Now it's like TV. Am I going to be able to be the same?
It's weird
Hundreds
how
of thousands of people are watching you right now.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe, though. Who knows?
Yeah.
So this will be available. Are we sure about that yet? If you want to listen to the recorded version.
Yes.
Probably on Monday it's going to be released. A lot of people listen to podcasts. They don't watch them. That'll probably be Monday. Released every single week on a Monday. You can do laundry and listen. You can go for a ride and listen. And you get to, it's mainly an audible thing, but hearing it and seeing it is going to be pretty cool.
But every Friday, this is going to be our thing at 8:30, just a little change it up, and we thought, why not on a Friday have a little fun to end AM+.
It's his idea.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we say it's John's idea just in case it doesn't work?
Well, I didn't want to take the credit in case it's a failure. But
No, that's
all right, it was my idea.
And occasionally we're going to have different people sitting here.
Yeah,
with us.
guests.
So guests, it could be someone from the evening newscast, someone from the community.
Nikki Cries.
A lot of different people. So we had fun with this. We had Rocky Rhodes in one of our past episodes.
Yep.
Tom Clark. We got a little bit of everything. All right, so the
Who's
first
gonna
question.
be the first?
The thing is, this one's going to...
Mindy's going first.
It could be a big failure.
It could be a bad... What if it's a bad question? Should I...
Ring the bell and move on.
This podcast has been on WNEP Plus for months and
For
months.
years.
This is not that big of a change.
All right,
It's
I
not
think
new.
it is.
Bad questions are just a thing.
But this is sort of new.
Brownbag@WNEP.com. Get your questions in. Brownbag@WNEP.com. Mindy, what do you got?
This is actually not this is from Travis. So if you're new to the podcast, you'll start learning that Travis is a frequent flyer. He often sends us really good questions, actually.
Yeah. Deep thoughts. Deep thoughts.
And he's a former NEPA resident. Okay, so dear morning crew, do you buy things on Facebook Marketplace? If you have ever left someone on, if so, have you ever left someone on that it's still available? Can you read that?
Someone on?
If so, have you ever
left someone on? Oh, it's still available. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Answer. First of all, I'm addicted to Facebook Marketplace. Yeah.
Really?
Every night, I look at all the things available, and it's like a lot of things you do online. It knows what you're looking for after you click on certain things.
It has the algorithm.
Yeah, so I bought cycling equipment, and all of a sudden you get all these feeds for cycling equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Or sports paraphernalia. Anything you want, it's there. Stereo equipment. It's there. Do you guys do it?
I've never bought.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. So I'll look at things and
You're just a marketplace creeper.
I'm a marketplace creeper.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. You get to see a lot of weird stuff out there too.
Yes, that's true.
So, but then it is amazing how the algorithm works. So it's always stuff that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But it'll come up and it's just in your feed and it's like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll look through. But I've never actually bought, and then now I think I have to get over the hurdle.
It's going to change your
to
life.
buy something because it makes me nervous.
As a matter of fact, if I need something, like a new power washer, a new part for my bike, the first thing I think of is, I'm going to get it really cheap. First, I'm going to look on Marketplace. And then if I can't find one, then I go out and buy a real one.
But don't you feel weird sometimes meeting the people in a parking lot or wherever you're...
A lot of times, mail order, too.
Really?
So, they
do?
send
Okay.
it. Yeah, they send it. Because
I didn't
I
know
have my
that.
range on like 150 miles.
Okay.
So I'll buy stuff from Philly and Binghamton.
So
and,
if you want to meet Joe, just put some bicycle parts on Facebook Marketplace and list them real cheap.
He'll meet
they
you
have to
somewhere.
be cheap. Yeah, they have to be cheap.
I did actually buy skis one time on Facebook Marketplace, and I met the lady in a public parking lot.
Creeper.
And, yeah, so it was kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it can be a really good way to buy things.
I have one word or two to say to that, and only local people are going to know this. Paper shop. You guys know that?
Oh,
or
the
no?
paper shop, yeah.
That's a big, thick magazine they had around here. I think it still exists.
Oh.
Does it? I don't know.
I'm not sure, but that was Facebook Marketplace
That was
before
Facebook Market. People would buy this periodical and go through it in all different categories: sports equipment, trucks, cars, you name it, and you buy things locally. And
cool.
That was a big deal. Paper shop.
So now it's just online as
Just do it
Facebook
online.
Marketplace.
Yep.
All right,
Can I
that
go?
was the first question.
It's out of here. See how she tossed it? The one bad thing about this whole thing, I feel like I have to keep addressing
Oh,
the camera.
wow.
I
Yeah,
don't do
that's
that.
true.
Can't
That's
we
kinda
just
weird.
talk to each other?
Yeah, I think we
We
can just
could.
talk to.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore that anymore.
All right.
Okay. This is from Dave. He's the fire chief at Pocono Raceway. That's cool.
Oh, that's
Joe,
cool.
why do they have auto fuel filling ports on either the right or left side of the car? Wouldn't it make safety and driver sense to have it in one location, the driver's side, not like some cars on the passenger side? In days of yore, the filler pipe was behind the license plate. I remember that.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the center of the
70s,
rear
yeah.
of the car,
Yeah.
probably not too safe. The 50s and certain Chevys, the filler was behind the driver's side tail light. That is a good question. I actually thought of this the other day when I pulled in, and I always have to remember which car I'm in, mine or my wife's, which side I'm pulling in. And
Oh, because you have two different cars with two different
two
sides?
different sides. And so
Ooh.
I pulled in, and I was just like, I wonder how they figure this out.
I feel
Why
like it
is
should
someone-
always be on the driver's side.
Me too.
Why do you
And I
put
get
it on the
angry when it's
passenger?
on the other side when I'm in a
Right.
car. Like, why would it be on the other side? That makes no
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, we just rented a car in Florida and it was on the wrong side. I'm like, no, it's supposed to be on the other side.
But could it be because, as you know, in parts of England and Australia and where else, maybe Japan, they drive on the opposite side. So maybe if the steering wheel's on the other side, the gas filler is on the other side.
Yeah, but we drive on the right
it's-
side of the
but
road.
they don't
American
want that-
cars have it too, though.
But they
Yeah.
don't- some American
Some here,
cars
yeah.
have it on the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
side.
we rented a Nissan Rogue in Florida and it was on the passenger.
The wrong
The
side.
wrong-
See, you can't say wrong. There is no wrong.
There is wrong.
But then it's funny that it balances out at the gas station then, because
That's
people can
true.
go to the, I guess you could pull it
but I
around the other
think
side.
don't
but
most cars have it on the driver's side?
seems
I'd-
like
I'd
most.
say
It seems like it, yeah.
But when
Or
you-
you could just drive an electric car and not have to worry about going to the gas station.
She doesn't even have to
No,
fill
this
up.
brings that up. Is it always on? Is it on the same side?
So it's on the driver's side, yeah.
on the driver's side.
Yeah. And that way I can park on the right side of my garage and then the charger is right in the middle of the garage. So it's like, can go either way.
What makes you think it should be on the driver's side? Because
It
I have
just
the answer.
seems
to that.
right. It just seems right.
Well, if this is the gas station, you want to see how close you can get to it, so you don't hit
Yes.
the pump.
Yeah.
So you want
That's
it
a
to
good
be on
point.
that same side. You don't want
Right.
to have to then go to the other side. So
Right.
it makes no sense to have it
No.
on the other side.
Even with all the cameras we have these days, except for John's car. Did you know that John does not have a backup camera in his car?
It's a 2006 Toyota. It doesn't have a backup
Oh
camera.
wait, my
it has a
Mazda
cassette
doesn't
deck.
either.
Oh, your Miata doesn't
There's
have one?
Not a
Yeah.
backup.
No,
Yeah.
I think it wasn't sanctioned until 2018 or 19.
What's funny is
Yeah.
if we rent a car with a backup camera, I still have to.
Oh yeah, it takes.
Turn around and look
I feel
back.
like it takes years to get used to that backup camera thing. To trust
I
it.
feel like
You
I
have to trust it. Then it's like a
myself looking
video
at-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of gas stations, I had this on my mind, and I'm going to try to be real here, and this is where you guys tell me I shouldn't.
Okay.
When I pump gas, I stick it in the hole, put it on lock, and walk away.
You do? He's that guy.
I used
But-
to do
but-
that too.
They say not to do
They
that.
say not to do that.
No.
I
Because it
would,
can
fall
especially
out
in
and
the
gas goes
winter, I would
flying all
just sit in
over.
my car and not be cold.
But is
done
this because you don't have the patience?
What am I going to do? Stand there? I got
Yeah.
stuff to do.
He doesn't have the
he
patience
doesn't
to
have the
even pump
patience.
gas.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I put it in there, and then I walk around the car and just look at things, like the tires and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta kick the tires a
And
little
I
bit.
hardly ever get more than 25 because it takes too long to wait to $50 worth. So I
Okay.
only put usually 25 in at a time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You don't fill the tank?
I can never fill it. It takes
'Cause it's too long.
It takes way too long.
Oh
He
my
is
gosh.
fascinating.
Wow.
Fascinating.
We're learning so many things about Joe Snedeker.
Joe,
That takes
your
a
first live
Oh my
choosing of a
goodness.
question.
Ooh.
Can you handle
It could be
this?
good, it could be bad.
Make it a good one.
KC from Archibald. In the spirit of Summer of the Stash,
Ooh.
Joe should grow a mustache and shave it off upon completing his Go Joe bike ride.
That is a great idea.
So let's remind everyone what's going to happen. In less than a month, the bike ride begins. John, you're coming with me.
I'll be along.
What were you saying about your stash? You thinking of?
So I'm on vacation starting July 3rd, then through that whole following week. So that'd be 10 days. I'll come back the week before the bike ride. I could, for 10 days, let it grow,
yeah.
come back on the air here for a week, and
Well,
see
stop-
what happens.
Stop right there. Has there ever been a partial mustache from a serious news anchor on WNEP? What if you come back and it's like this?
Well, that's what I don't know what to do. So
Yeah,
if
how-
I'm on
You're going to
new-
have to pencil it in.
But if I'm anchoring for a week and it's
you-
just sort of there.
Yeah, you're going to look sloppy.
No. Have your wife help you with her eyebrow pencil.
I am not
She can-
eyebrow
He's gonna look like an
penciling
idiot.
in
No, you can.
a
No.
mustache.
What do you think we would do with our eyebrows? These eyebrows aren't real. I pencil them in.
What's funny is this is all
See
going to
what
have
you
to...
got here? Her eyebrows are not real.
They're not real.
I always thought they were.
No, they're not real.
This is all going to have to come down to the Monday morning I come back from work vacation, I shave everything else, and then I'm going to have to decide,
then-
can
and
I anchor
then-
the news with this, or does it got to go?
So if it go, let's say it goes, and I do what this guy said, and I start growing a mustache that week of the bike ride. I don't know what happens after 2-3 days. I've never had hair on my face. I shave every
I'm
day
guessing
since I was 16.
If you just did it the week of the bike ride, we probably wouldn't
wouldn't
notice
notice much.
Yeah.
And what
Mine,
about
you wouldn't notice much if I did it. But if I went, in effect, that'd be 3 weeks. There'd be a
then
mustache
you're going to
there.
notice.
Yeah.
And I almost think for the summer of the stash, I should have a mustache.
You probably should.
I can see you as a mustache guy.
I absolutely cannot. And neither can my wife.
And I was going to say, neither can your wife. Yes, my husband had a mustache for a while. I
what
did
you
not
did?
like it. Nope. I love the stubble, like when he just does like the full facial stubble
Yeah.
stuff. That's very cute. But just the mustache, not a fan.
I'm picking a
I
question.
don't like hair at all. I don't
Right.
think we need it anymore. I'd love us to
None?
be like
Like
dolphins.
on the top of your head?
No
Nothing.
hair, no
He wants
eyebrows, no nose
totally-
hairs, nothing.
He wants everybody just to wear spandex and have no hair. Just be like smooth.
Hair is like dishes in the sink. It's got to go.
I will
Gotta
say
go.
that led to a discussion, but that was not a question.
Oh, that's true. That was not a question. That's a good
Joe
point.
should grow. Yeah, it's not a question.
When we did the podcast before, we had strict rules.
Yeah, we did.
Wait, what are the
Not
rules
a
again?
question.
No compliments.
No compliments, no
No
questions
bird
about birds,
questions.
and nothing French related.
No.
Unless-
Except if Nikki's here, there's allowed to be
Then
bird
you can have
questions
bird
because she has
questions.
birds.
Yeah.
All right.
exactly.
This is, all right, from Jesse. Who do most, if not all, car blinkers, it's probably why. Why do most, if not all, car blinkers make the same stupid sound from 50 years ago? Tick, 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 tick. Why not more modern, a beep or something more modern?
That's true.
That's a very valid point. They have this click, click, click,
Or
click.
maybe
Well,
like
you-
a little melody or something. Or
So you have the Tesla, and they
Right.
do things different. Does yours go click, click, click?
it does click, click, click. But I wonder, you can put all sorts of different things. Like for the horn, my husband actually did this. I don't even know how he did it. But like when the car locks automatically when you walk away from it.
Yeah.
So the mirrors go in and it locks. And when I do it, it beeps. But when my husband does it, it makes a fart noise.
The car just
The
goes.
car makes a fart noise, yes.
And there's
So,
that.
yeah.
And then-
So you could have it make a fart noise, but.
Caveman is this uncultured caveman you
Oh, I
married?
love the fart noise. Well, it was so funny actually. We were going to a store together a few weeks ago, and there are these guys walking in the parking lot, and we get out of the car, go to the store, and the fart noise is really
Oh,
loud,
man.
and they're just looking at us. I'm like, wasn't me. I don't know.
So to answer that question, maybe
I don't
there's
think
some
any of us
young-
really think of it. Tick,
But could
tick.
there be some young engineer out there that changes things? How could there be not someone at Honda or GM that sits there and go, let's get rid of the click. Let's do something different.
Maybe it would be too annoying if we had more of a sound. Maybe the click is just enough in the background that it's not
Yeah, but a
annoying.
little beep, beep.
So I went, for some reason I was with the kids a couple weeks ago and I turned on the four ways. Do you call them the four ways?
Yeah.
And they were like, the four ways?
They want to say hazard?
Well, they don't know what it was. They just didn't know what I was talking about.
Oh,
the
I
four
call it
ways.
hazard lights.
You call hazards?
Yeah.
Do you call it the four ways? Or do
I
you call
think
it
I'm
the
half
hazard
and
lights?
half. Sometimes
Yeah.
hazard, sometimes four-way.
And then that starts ticking too, and they're like, "What's going
Same
on?"
thing, it's
Yeah.
And they were
tick,
wondering
tick.
what's going on.
You're right, it's the same stupid sound.
And I said I just turned on all the flashers.
And it seems
Yeah.
like that original sound, the click, tick, 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 was mechanical sounding.
Yeah.
And now
it was, and maybe that's what it was. Is when it used to go on, it was actually
something turning
happened.
and clicking. But now it's not mechanical, and they still kept the mechanical sound.
That was a good question.
This has got to be stopped. We need to change the world here. Brown bag at WNEP.com.
This is so great. This is Tanya from Nanacoke. Tanya says, why do people constantly return to the refrigerator with hopes that something new to eat will have materialized? My husband does this all the time.
Tanya is on to something.
Look, he won't get anything, closes all the time. Do you do this?
Yes.
4 times yesterday at least I did this.
Really?
Yep.
It's so funny.
And
why is it?
My dog Jet, he'll go up to his bowl and do the same thing.
Just
he
look
looks at it and smells it, walks away, and then I see him later. It's the same thing. So this must be, it's reptilian. It's in the
our
the
DNA
core of our brain.
Yeah.
It's in the medulla oblongata.
But I really honestly don't do that. I really don't.
Do you think it's just a guy thing?
It might be a guy thing.
You don't go up and just look around and think,
No, if I'm going to the refrigerator, first of all, I know what's in there, so
But there's a lot of items. If you add them up, you forget, and then you.
No, but I know what's in there. I can tell you what's in my refrigerator.
Get up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's on the second shelf right now?
With second shelf, we have leftover. Well, we have Sam's Club pulled pork, which is actually quite good. A little sweet. We have a lot of condiments on the second shelf. We've got mayo. We've got barbecue sauce. Teriyaki. Also, we do have some yogurt and some strawberries and blueberries on the second shelf.
Now that I come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen Rennie just stand at the fridge and look at it.
Yeah, I think it's a guy thing.
Either.
And I do it all the time.
Yeah.
My wife, I can't see her ever doing that.
And most times I'll look and then just walk away. Close it, leave.
I really want to know, is this a guy thing or is it a people thing or dog thing?
I think it leans more towards guys.
I do too. Because I know I'm going in there for something I know. If I don't need anything and if I don't know what's in there, I don't even look.
And wait a minute, you know what goes with this? When my wife says to get something out of the fridge, I can never find it, and then she'll go right to it and say, dummy, it's right there.
Right, that happens to us too.
I can never find what she wants me to find.
Even though we look in the fridge 4 or 5 times a day, just stare at it. She'll ask me to go get something out of the fridge, and I can never find it. I said, I don't see it in there. And then she comes out a minute later, and there it is.
There it is.
This must go along with that. Does your husband do that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be like, yeah, it's right in the fridge. It's right there.
And I can't find anything in there.
Yeah.
That's why we have to keep going back. And even when we look back, we still don't
So obviously you're doing something wrong.
We're doing something wrong. What is
First of all, you're wasting electricity when you open the door. Second of all, you don't know where anything is. And you don't get anything out of the fridge, so what's the point?
Wow.
So if you are new to this podcast, these questions, I mean, we're talking, you can see, are the most random things.
Yeah.
But people observe human nature in this. And so many times we're like, wow, that's a thing.
We can't think of these things. We need you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's Joe's.
No, wait, was that, that's, yeah,
Yeah,
Joe.
I did that one. So now it's
Are you guys going shallow or deep? I'm going deep. Just think, folks, this, what's in my hand,
Usually we just toss these aside.
could be from your brain. All you have to do is email brownbag@WNEP.com.
That was close, Mindi.
I know, I tried.
What if this is crude, rude, and inappropriate?
Well, then you can't do
You
it.
got the bell, baby.
We hit the bell. All right, this one's from Russell, Tower City. I saw Carrie Kearns wearing cowboy boots with a blue dress for the AM Plus show on June 24th.
Nice.
I love the look. You hardly ever see a woman in cowboy boots yet on TV. I love the look and the individualism.
Nice.
Keep it up. I wear cowboy boots all the time. Again, not a question.
Not a question.
But a comment. So Carrie did have the cowboy. Is this when you were off?
Yes, when I was off. Yep.
So, John, you think? I've never seen a woman anchor on TV with big cowboy boots on. Did Carrie break new ground when Mindi was away?
I'm sure in Texas and Nashville, and I'm sure they wear cowboy. I bet you anything they wear cowboy boots on the air.
And that would be more natural.
Yeah.
And Carrie Kearns does multiple jobs here at WNEP. So she fills in for Mindi when she's gone. But in this newscast, 7 to 9, she is our producer.
She's in charge of it.
She's in charge.
Yeah.
But she's not here today.
She's off
Yeah,
today.
today we have
took the
Steph
day
in
off.
charge.
But Carrie would have loved that question.
Well, so the thing is, you guys aren't going to explain why Carrie's wearing cowboy boots? You're not going to explain it?
Do I know why?
Do we know?
You should know. So Carrie is from Shamokin, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's from the Skook. But for a while, she moved out to Idaho. And that's where she kind of got her cowboy thing going on.
No, I didn't know
Cowgirl.
That's her cowgirl flair.
Her cowgirl flair. She bought cowboy boots while she was there. And, now she wears them once in a while.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did she buy chaps?
I don't know. You're going to have to
You'll have to
ask her
ask
that, Joe.
I'm sure she will be a guest here some Friday.
Yes, she will, definitely.
What are those special type of chaps you sometimes mention?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, this is just a simple one from Suzanne. Podcast crew, what is your preference? Coffee, tea, or question mark in the morning?
Coffee, tea, or...
Or what?
I'm a Coke Zero guy.
Coke Zero. In the morning?
Yep. I have one every day on my drive to work.
Now, you used to have a Pepsi Max.
I know, I switched to Coke Zero. I don't know why.
Do they even make Pepsi Max anymore? Because I haven't seen
That's
it.
a good point. Maybe that's why I evolved.
Maybe.
They all taste the same to me, so I don't really care. But
And
Right.
then
it's
you'll
like,
drink a Dr. Pepper during the news, and for some reason I can't think of drinking a soda in the morning.
Really, it bothers you?
Yeah.
This
It
is
doesn't
hard-
bother me that you're doing it. I just can't imagine myself drinking
but are
it.
you ritualistic? Some people, they need their coffee.
I am
They
so
need-
Yes.
ritualistic.
You
Yes.
are?
Yes.
Well, what do you have then every day?
So I
When you wake up at home?
wake up at home and I make a cup of coffee, but I don't drink it until I get here.
Oh, funny.
It's my reward
For making
for
it to
going
work.
through the process and getting here at 3 a.m.
No, back
Oh
up.
my God.
You make this at home.
In
it's hot.
a Yeti, like
It's
a thermos.
hot. You then put it in your cup
Put it in
holder.
the cup holder in the car, and I don't
You
take one sip.
driving, and it's right there.
I don't take a sip the entire way here.
I didn't know that.
And then as soon as I sit down, I get to start having my coffee, and that's my reward.
That is
I've made it, and it's time to caffeinate.
bizarre.
Isn't it?
But I do the same thing as a reward for getting up and coming to work. So sometimes when I wake up, the first thing in my mind is, yes, I get to drive to work and have a Coke Zero. So it's like I'm
Oh.
thinking, ooh, this is going to be fun.
Maybe I need to do something like that because I wake up and go, oh God, I'm gonna
Remember, our alarms go off at 2 a.m. for us to be here at work.
It's torture.
So you don't need anything to drink in the morning?
No, I do, of course. When I get here, I make coffee.
So
And
you
then
don't have any
need
caffeine
that?
before then?
before that, I actually always have a Stanley full of water. So I drink water all the way here, and then when I get here, I make coffee in our fancy coffee machine.
Now, I see Mindi occasionally, she'll have a big, long brown bag, and it smells like alcohol's in there. What's in that thing? I see
That's
you
vodka.
sipping.
That's vodka.
That's only on Fridays. She has that sitting right over there.
She goes into our medicine closet where there's like Hall's Mentoliptus and ibuprofen, and I caught her once. She's like,
With a
this
brown bag.
just
Yeah,
going,
that's me.
That's
anyway,
another type of brown bag.
different brown bag. Yes.
I just made that up. Or did I? I don't know.
But no, I sometimes do have Diet Dr. Pepper during the show. But now that we're doing this 4 hours, John and I have realized we need another caffeine hit at some point during the show.
See, the thing is, I don't need caffeine or anything to feel alert.
No, you're so
I
energetic.
don't, at least I think I don't. I just, if my Coke Zero were anything else, it would be the same.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
You're
I never-
naturally energetic.
I never feel the effects of caffeine.
Yes,
Whereas-
I totally do.
I totally do. We'll get like a wave of tired and just be like ready to fall over. And I need a caffeine
I'm learning
hit.
we're 2 weeks into the show. I have to have caffeine somewhere in
Or you're
that
gonna start to drown out?
6:30.
6:30 to
Start having
7.
it then,
Yeah.
and then I'm good to go for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I do think that's just a personality thing too.
Yeah. If my
And
wife
we're
has-
energetic people too, but
Am I?
But once again, I have a lot of problems.
Yes, this is true. You have a lot of problems.
all right, we're
only
running
more-
out of time.
Oh, okay.
I think we're
Is it your
nailing a lot
turn?
of these
No,
questions.
it's yours.
though.
It's my turn? Okay. Now,
This is probably going to be it.
are you still feeling nervous? That's what I want to know.
I don't like how I have to keep looking at the camera. Do I have
Well, I
to
guess
keep
we
doing-
don't have to. I'm just
Then
trying
I feel
to
like I'm
include.
disrespecting the people.
We're just trying to include them.
I know.
Oh.
Oh. 2 minutes, Mindi. Could you do it in 2 minutes?
I don't know. Tom C. from Archibald. I remember a newscast when the subject came up about pets. Mindi and Joe questioned John about getting a dog for his family. I think Mindi, Joe, and Nikki need to start putting pressure on John and Rennie. It's time to get a dog. John, your children are old enough to take responsibility. You should name the new dog Duke.
Duke, they even have a name.
I think it would be nice to get both John and Rennie on a Friday podcast. You can confront them about getting a puppy. Wow, Tom.
This could be the moment that changes your life. Get a dog. The Duke name is already set. This
There you go.
You're never going to say.
I have to
Let's tell him.
listen to Tom C. and Archibald.
Yes.
That's why we're getting a dog.
Yes.
Here's why we're going to convince him right now.
Okay.
You're never going to say in 5 or 10 years, I wish we never
I know
got
we
that
won't.
dog.
I
No
know.
one
That's
ever
true.
says, I wish
know.
I never got that dog.
That's true.
That means you have to do it today.
Today.
Forget about what your wife says. Go get Duke right now after the broadcast.
I thought you were waiting till September.
We were.
Okay.
Today.
But
Who waits to
today.
do it?
Tom C. and Archibald.
Tom C. on it. Duke is waiting at some shelter. Go
yes,
get him today.
go get Duke.
We're dog people. we're gonna end up with a dog. It is funny though. You know how you kids are like, we'll take care of the dog. We'll take care of the dog.
Which they never do. They never
We
do.
dog sit
No.
and we're like, all right, you've got to go pick up that stuff in the backyard. Ew, we're not doing that.
Yeah, they're never going to do that.
No.
That's built in. But
Yeah.
this podcast is ending. Brownbag at
Aw.
WNEP.com. We're going to
It's
do this
over already?
every week. So brownbag at WNEP.com. Get your question in. And by the next podcast, he's going to have Duke.
You can change the name if you want.
Yeah, it's not going to be Duke.
Duke!
Duke's a good name
Duke
though.
is a cute name.
Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.